Hello, fellow collectors. Today we're going to be taking a little side tour about accessories. Now, I went online to HasbroPulse.com, or I used the app, and I saw that they had some flight stands. And if you've watched some of my other videos, you have seen or heard me talk about how I would like to get some flight stands. We really need some because some of these characters just look so boring just standing there. So, Hasbro Pulse has these 3 flight stands. You see, it comes with the actual pieces here. And it comes in 3 sets. So the first part, we'll look at the base. Now the base does have 9 holes for the actual piece. You can just put them wherever you want to. This is the actual stand itself. Now the stand has the hole, the peg for the hole, and it has this raising and lowering. I just hope that it won't be weight driven and drop down for some of the heavier figures. And on the end for this, we have this piece here, which will allow you to pull it out, put it any way you want to, either up or down, and allow you to have a little flight stand extension. There you go. And you can also put it here if you need somebody flying. The choice is yours. So as we look at the end piece, we think, oh God, it's another one of those Bandai stands. Actually, no. These are spring loaded, so it actually will grab around the figure itself, which is nice. So, let's put it to the test, shall we? So, the first figure that I will bring in is Shazam, and Shazam is a normal DC Universe weighing figure. Weighs a couple of ounces, 4 or 5. I think it was 3. I just have to look. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and put it on. So I'm going to put it in the middle. All right. And then I'm going to take the extended piece here, and I'm going to put it at the top. Here, just make sure that before I put it on there, I can take it off if I have to. And I see, yeah, probably going to be an issue. All right, so we will take this and put it there. Now, we'll take our Shazam and put him in a dynamic flight pose. All right. Let's get these other pieces out of the way. All right, now we have this. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we get a little bit more view. There we go. Okay, so I have my figure. I have him in his flight pose. I say he doesn't weigh a lot. Let's go ahead and put him in the pose. And we see one of the issues already. So I am going to take this out of that and actually put it here. So and we see it does hold the figure pretty nicely. I had to adjust for some of the weight, but that is to be expected. Now, comparing this to a normal stand that I have here from DC McFarlane Toys, we see that it just has a small base, even has a peg, and you have that. So if I take the figure out, do that, adjust a little bit for there, I can see I can get the same type of pose with that. Now if I compare the size of these, we see that the Hasbro Pulse version takes up a lot more room. And you can see right here that the DC version is smaller base. Now, we have all this. Could you make it smaller? It could be. Let's try it with a heavier figure. Now, the Multiverse figures do have a little bit heavier structure. So if we get a figure and we get them on here and we rotate around somehow, he definitely is not holding as good as he should. Alright, so if I try the waist and try a different pose, it works. It works fine. Now, like I said, if I did the same thing for another figure using the DC version, we can see, like I say, it takes up a little less room. Still going to be there. Unfortunately, it's a thing. But the flight stands do work. They are kind of nice. I'm going to try an experiment here. We'll see. Okay, so I have 3 figures on this stand, and they are standing up. Yeah, a little wobbly right now because I just put them on there. But yeah, it actually can hold 3 pretty nicely. So if you wanted to, you could probably put a weight here just to help it hold the actual figures up, and you might be able to actually get these figures doing a more forward motion. But as you can see here, I have the figures lunging pretty far, and it's actually working pretty nicely. So yeah, that would definitely solve some room issues, because instead of having 3 of these stands, you can have all 3 of these in one, and it could do it. Now, I don't know if it would work in the middle. It was a little tipsy when I had Black Adam in the middle, but yeah, that actually is pretty nice. Now, these are designed mostly for Marvel figures, so the Marvel would probably work even better than the DC figures. But as you can see here, they do stand up pretty nicely. So I probably will be getting a few more of these just to help with all the Superman and Green Lanterns. All right, guys, until next time, like, subscribe, and keep collecting.